This will be my PSA portion of the podcast. Everyone should get a library card and use it, and everyone should give some money to those the Girl Scouts when they're at the grocery store. And every single time you go for about 3 months, you have to buy a box of cookies, or else you feel like a piece of shit. You gotta do that too. About it. The only I think of other things you should do. But I do want to go into like what is it? Is it Cameo and like buy Griffin, like the dumbest, cheapest Cameo? I think that would be good. Really, I should have done that for this episode, but I didn't do that. Which, in hindsight, they're gonna hear this. So, also like not a cameo for their birthday, like just a stupid one for the show. I think that'd be funny. That would be humorous. Also, yeah, for the record, I just like lost track of time last week. I just didn't know. Usually I edit on Thursdays, and then it was Thursday and I went to bed, and then I woke up on Friday and I saw a message from Griffin being like, "Where's the edit, bro?" They didn't say bro. They might have said dude or guy. And I went, "Oh shit, it's Friday." Didn't even know. I was looking forward to the weekend too much. So, how long was episode 26? Curious about that. Like, how long did we talk about our episodes for? Will this be a short one? Maybe. Oh my god, it was an hour. Damn, dude.
Ooh, Anthony's gonna be pissed at me again. Anthony.
Yo.
I was pooping.
Same dude.
And I was wiping, but more just kept coming out.
Damn. Yeah, I
couldn't get out of that bitch.
couldn't get out of the toilet. Yeah, I had 2 minutes to spare, and I was like, I should really try and poop, so I'm not shitting myself on this podcast. And then I sat in the toilet, went, I should message, and I saw your message about how you were pooping, and I was like, oh, I got enough time. That's fine.
How long have you been in this call then?
6 minutes.
Okay, not bad.
No, you are insanely late, so that's fine.
No, I'm good. I'm so good. I have a story before we start, because I know I'm gonna want to tell it tonight, regardless. I had my first period this weekend. I'm officially a woman.
Oh my god.
So so this Saturday I spent the night at my partner's house.
Okay.
And we went there like noon-ish, because we spent the night before here, because obviously it was gamer night. So I forgot to bring my progesterone pills with me, which, if you don't know, progesterone is a like hormone balancer. And I was just like, no, it's fine. I'll just miss one night. What's the worst that could happen? Come around 6:30 p.m. I am gone. I'm crashed out. I am not having a good time. We like go to the store and get food, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel good. I'm like, I don't feel like I'm a real person right now. It's weird. It's real sad. I go cry in the shower, whatever.
Oh
Anyways,
God.
I take my pill around 8 p.m. So around 10:30 p.m. I'm like, yo, I feel great. I feel back to normal. I'm good. What the fuck was I on? Covered in snot and tears, you know. I'm like, oh, I feel great now. So my hormones were imbalanced, and
Is that the first time you
period over about 4 hours?
Is that the first time you have missed?
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
In like I want to say a year and a half I've been on progesterone. Yeah, it was weird. It sucked.
Well, now you know.
Hey, don't miss your progesterone, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Just don't. Hello and welcome to episode 53 of the To Be Titled Later podcast. I'm Griffin. I'm joined by Anthony, and today's the episode title.
Yeah.
And I live in fear of having to edit again.
Yeah. So I forgot to listen to the last title episode. I'm trying to figure out how this worked, because, or did we just talk?
We tried to guess what the episode was about.
I know, but it doesn't make sense in my mind. So I think, or I've just discovered that you fucked up you didn't. So then why on episode 27? Okay.
What do you mean?
Nothing. So episode 26 is the title episode, but I didn't realize we also had other topics.
We had a few other topics.
I know. I'm
realizing now episode 26 was the title episode. So technically episode 52 should have been the title episode. So we fucked that royally.
Yeah. I was like sitting here and I was like, what the fuck? Yes. So I think that because we want to do a little mystery games after this, that I think that maybe this should just be like the legit title episodes. Because it looks like we also then got into other stuff, which I will say at some point we should go back to, because I really want to do that the Dick's live stream. Like, we need to do that at some point.
Oh, I do need to do that. I need to finish that.
So, okay. Anyways, it's time. It's time to go through. So I want to see how many episodes. So will this tell me? Yes, it'll tell me. So can you guess how many titles we had last time without just doing the same thing I'm doing? Like, how many titles did we come up with?
Total.
Yeah. Yep. In the first time.
I'm gonna try not to look really to base this off anything. I think across 26 episodes, we probably had I'm gonna say 50 titles.
Okay. In the first 26 episodes, we had 115 titles.
God damn it! I was gonna guess 100. How do we have that many? That's
guess how many.
Guess how many we've had. Easy.
Guess how many we've had in this 26 episode run.
So for the record, the first 26, I was writing them.
That's true.
This next 26, you've been writing them. And to be fair, the first 3 episodes, we just had the singular title.
That's very true.
So I'm going to guess that we had, I think you blew me out of the water. I bet you wrote a shit ton. I'm going to guess 120.
122. So,
nice.
Yeah. Well, do you want to, or here, maybe I'll start, because this was episode 27, which would have been my first initial. Yeah. Okay. So we had Can Anthony edit, which was just talking about me editing. Turns out the answer was no for most of it.
For a really long time.
Podcast babies? I don't know. I don't
remember what that was about.
Do you? What was it?
Yeah, it was you were asking if there were podcast babies, there's movie or game babies, just babies made during the creation of a podcast.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Save the green highlighted one for last.
Yep. Oh, thank you. Then there was Secret Lives of Podcast Wives, because I think in the episode previous to that, we talked about the Mormon wives, and I think you had more to say.
Yeah.
Or no, it's because we watched the first episode, and so we came back after you told us to watch it, and I had my thoughts.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. You know what? We never went back and watched more of that.
It's true.
And I'm honestly fine with that.
Yep. And then the final one was I'm the editor now, which was a good I'm the Captain Phillips reference. So
yeah,
I don't think we did any accents in the episode, but
no, probably for the best. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yep.
Honestly, I don't want to know what. Anyways, episode 28. Our first option was to be titled later.
Thank you.
Then we had Frog for Every Weather, which was something that I said that I just woke up at 2 a.m. and texted to a friend out of nowhere, which is true.
That's funny.
We had Dungy Go Up, which, if I recall, was about the Deep Dungeon, which I call Deep Dungies in Final Fantasy XIV, the second of which goes upwards.
It goes up.
We out here catching these Mons. I don't honestly know. Probably Pokemon.
I think this was the first episode that we did the packs, the podcast packs. Or not the podcast,
you think
the Pokemon packs.
Yes, maybe.
Absolutely.
To be fair, I haven't really looked at the titles that you've been writing, except for the one that's good that you choose.
Yep.
And Pro Platinum Podcasters. Was this one where we were talking about buying silver or gold?
I think it was. I think it was. That's
crazy.
Yep.
Anyways, the title we went with was Hoggin' the Honey, because Anthony's a hot honey hoarder.
Oh, it was so good. Such a good.
Are you out? You can get more.
No,
we bought it from your state.
I still have them. So I have the same bottle. I'm going through it. I've been slowing down. I haven't been eating as many sandwiches with hot honey. So,
tragic.
Okay. Episode 29. Pope de Beppo.
I know what this is about.
This was because there was a table or seat in Buca de Beppo that was just the Pope or something like that.
Oh, speaking of the Pope, can we talk about how he met JD Vance and then died?
Yeah. Yes.
That's it. That's all I gotta say about it.
That's all we have to say. Ash catching up, which was another. Oh, was that we were trying to figure out who had the most Pokemon cards?
I have no idea.
I don't remember on that one. I have House's Hell. I don't remember these at all.
I know what this one's about because of the next one.
Okay, and then I'm the Mover now. Oh, yes, this was the episode where I moved into my home. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that really sucked. That really was not fun. Yeah, I'm the mover now. I really had a theme going for a little bit. Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
Okay. Episodes 30. I don't know what most of these mean. So we have going to camp. That's about me being sent to a camp.
Yeah, that was you being sent to a camp.
I know that one.
Yep.
But then we have smart uncles. I don't know what that is.
I don't know that at all. I have not a clue.
We should be referring to the list, but only after we figure it out.
Yep.
1 second. Let me scroll down. Let's get through the titles and then we'll go over it.
Yeah.
Smart Uncles. Smiles from Snack. Is that about goldfish?
I guess it must have been. Fuck, I have not a clue.
Ladders and Therapists.
I don't know. Is that like a Chutes and Ladders?
I have no idea. And then we went with corn dog misinformation for the title.
You know what that
What's
was about?
that about?
No.
Okay, let's
I'm scrolling
review
down
episode 30.
I'm going just to episode 30.
I know, only enough.
Yep.
Election talk. We did
okay.
just talk about corn dogs.
Okay, so corn dogs. What was it? Was it you wanted corn dogs? It must have been.
Maybe. I don't know. Anthony attends a funeral. Maybe that's the uncle one.
Smart uncles. I attended I did attend a funeral because it was in that dive bar that we went to.
And Bang Bang Shrimp Dive Bar. And to be fair, we had ladders, therapy notes, back to ladders.
Oh, that's really what it was. That's
literally what it was.
It was probably because I was talking about ladders, and then we got into your therapy, and then I had a story still, and I swung us back to ladders. And so I'm sure while writing the podcast, I was like,
you know
that's
what?
Important.
Also, Snack That Smiles Back and satirical essays. I was talking about Thomas Swift's A Modest Proposal.
Okay, I'm glad that you remembered. Yep.
The one that proposes eating the babies of the poor.
Oh, yep. That's a good one. Yep, that's
I made
a good
this
one.
joke. I'll Snack That Smiles Back.
So we just don't know what smart uncles are. That's fine. That's fine.
I'm not going back and listening.
I might. I won't. I don't know what I'm saying.
No, you
But
won't.
maybe I'll italicize just so I know that
All
I
right.
didn't know. Okay, episode
31.
31. I had Bernie Slanders. I guess he must have been saying
I think
something
we just
true.
talked about politics again.
Yeah, we talked about politics. We fix politics, which again, stolen glasses. This would have been stolen glasses. Was this a you thing?
I have no idea.
Fuck. It must have been a me thing then. That's sad. Spotify daddies.
I think that's self-explanatory.
Yep. And then the one we chose was I Can Smell Your Wet From Here.
I know what that was about.
Tell me, what was that one about?
I don't know if I should say.
Okay.
It's something that I said to my partner.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
I think.
Gotcha. We're gonna go with that.
But let's see. Stolen glasses and Spotify daddies.
Oh, it's where I stole the beer garden glasses. And by stole, I mean I got them.
Oh, I was thinking glasses on the face.
I was too. So that was one where I told you that when you get into the beer garden, you just take the glasses, and you were like, or you stole them. And I was like, that might be true. That's possible. Yeah.
But and then the Spotify family plan. You were talking about how you had to get your friends to pay you, and I called you a Spotify sugar daddy.
Yeah, that's true. They still, I'm still the father of that plan. Okay.
Okay. Anyways, episode 32. Biden controls cyclones. That was about the bomb cyclone that hit Seattle.
Yep.
Yeah. Last place trivia target. That was us talking about wanting to get last place in trivia. Well, me talking about it because the trivia host just started giving out random garbage from their house, and I wanted it. Then we had Boom Goes the Cyclone. Think about the bomb cyclone. Players' Choice Awards. Maybe that was also a trivia one.
Yeah, it must have been.
You Can Dig My Mine.
Okay.
Minecraft?
I guess
What?
so. I don't know.
Meet the Deedles. That was when we were talking about Paul Walker. Because I was making fun of my friend for mourning him again. Let's see. Oh no, you talked about the TikTok mineshaft girl.
Oh god, the mineshaft girl. Fuck. She's back where she doesn't dig her mine, but she just shows you the hole and goes, look at it. There it is. Wish I could dig it more. And it's like, no, you can't, because the fucking city shut you down, you Republican worm. Oh god, that's a good one.
Anyways,
Okay, I think we figured that one out.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. Okay.
We've got Griffin pulls the lever, which I think was my annoying you with trolley problems.
Oh, probably. This is episode 33, by the way.
33. Double Deedle. Did we talk about Paul Walker again?
I think we double deedled, yeah.
I think we double deedled. And then Bestie from Another Breastie, because you said it and I thought it was funny. So
yeah, no,
I think that was
really
one where I knew what I was gonna pick, but then had to pick two more. So but I knew that was gonna be the one to go with.
Yeah, I gotta think we talked about double deedle double feature. Yeah. That's the only thing. Okay, episode 34. We had the liar episode. And I think that might be informed by other things because there's I Love Peeing, which I think was about your fridge magnets.
Yep, it was my fridge magnet.
Was this the episode where we talked about traveling to Chicago and stuff? Because then there's Griffin is an asshole, self-explanatory. And then our Chicago friend.
It must have been.
But the title we went with was No Slugs at Thanksgiving.
Do you know what that means? I gotta look it up.
We did. Oh, you know what? Okay, I know everything now.
Okay.
So we talked about Thanksgiving and then slugs. I still don't know what's that. Then we have Griffin wants money. This is where I was like, it's so hard to buy presents for me because I just buy the things I want. But it's also such an asshole move to just be like, just give me money.
Yep. That makes sense.
And then
I think our Chicago friend was just that you kept saying my Chicago friend, and I think I was making fun of you.
Know what? I think that was it, probably. Now it's my Chicago partner.
Yep. The No Slugs at Thanksgiving. I don't know
where the tie-in came from.
I don't know where
whatever, man.
That's fine. Okay, episode 35. Episode 35 is Wicked Man Meat, which would have been the man in Wicked that you were talking about. There's some guy in Wicked.
Possibly.
I assume. I'm here for the tits, which I assume was a Wicked thing.
I have no idea.
Okay. Fish around and find trout was the gift I gave Allison's cousin for Secret Santa.
Yeah, it was.
We get into the insurance biz.
I don't know, man.
I don't know what that
we
one.
might have talked about insurance fraud.
Yep. And then sneaky little secret discovery. I guess we had a discovery.
I have no idea.
And then peanut butter is brown, which would have been, we might have been talking about people being colorblind and people thinking it was green, maybe?
You were, and I was making fun of you, yeah.
Yeah. What was our secret little discovery? Sneaky little secret discovery.
Let's see. Episode 35, we had no web fishing, moving apartments, Wicked, Christmas presents, 21st birthday party. Anthony does not read episode descriptions. We hate Bill Maher. Griffin talks about another podcast. Capitalism consequences. Todd Howard. Old people melting. Goth culture. Chinese restaurant names. Peanut butter and colorblindness. And cruel comedians.
Interesting. So
no idea.
What is the sneaky
was this you talking about the Chinese restaurants like trying to one up each other in names?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have called it sneaky. Weird. I don't know, dude. I'll have to look at. I'm gonna get back to sneaky little discovery. I'll figure it out eventually.
Okay. I like your italicized that. It's really hard to tell what they are.
I just don't know.
Okay, episode 36. We had dogs are out for free. That was about your feet. Rusty dog. That was you saying that somebody else called that feet that.
Yep.
My pack stamina replenished. That's Pokemon trading card game. I know that forever. Mystery of the stolen stapler.
Yep.
That's when my stapler got fucking stolen. Hey, spoiler alert. I never fucking found it.
Oh God. That's
and
funny.
you know what? My boss, I just stole a new one from somewhere else. Not from another person's desk, just from like a side table. I just took it and then my boss wrote my name on it and now it's mine. And I keep getting asked, oh, you found it? And I'm like, no!
Nope. I just stole another one.
Anyways.
Okay. We have We Spill Tea.
I think we talked shit.
We must have. Fable sucks. This is when I wanted to get back into playing Fable 3, but I couldn't. And then I thought I was surprised that people didn't like Fable 3. Uncharted was you making an Uncharted joke.
Yeah, it was.
Shrek Piss was me sending you that Shrek themed cocktail. because that was that was what someone was going to do for our New Year's Eve party. The third day, which, this was the third day of the presidency, I assume.
Possibly.
Just guessing by like the fact that I think this must make sense. Yeah. And then PP and Jugs is the name I want to name my dogs, Giuseppe and Milk Jug, which could be shortened to PP and Jugs. And that's what we went with.
And Jugs. You know what? We spilled the tea. First topic, Griffin loses their tea. I think I was like half sick and I had a cup of tea and I misplaced it.
Oh.
I learned Trekbus, New Year's plan. What else do we have on there? Uncharted, Trekbus, PP and Jugs on the third day. Well, that was your dogs. The third day? I have no idea.
I would assume, I don't know. I'm going to assume that was something political, but I don't know what the third day is.
Who knows? Anyways.
I'm a high-italicist. We'll figure it out.
Some episode 38. Our first title option was more or less. Cool. We love linguists. That's just true.
Yep.
Griffin's bedtime. These are really straightforward. I don't know what to say about them. Frog in my throat. I don't know what led to that. Maybe I was still sick.
I think you flubbed and I think you said frog in my throat. It was very funny. I think
That's
few of these
real saying.
It's
Anthony.
not though. It's not.
I have a frog in my throat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't. I thought it was funny enough to be. I can tell when I know I have an intro, like a title, and I just think of these other ones. Frog in my throat.
Yeah, I don't know where frog. I think I just probably said that.
More or less to me seems like something that I would get. I think more or less seems like something that would get me really annoyed when I'm trying to be specific with someone and they go more or less, which might have been you
more or less
in that episode. It might have been the most non-committal response.
Maybe it was. I see a thing that just says we are pro-linguist. Cool. Also, Griffin fucks up religious allegories, so I can only assume that that's when I said frog in my throat and you just were like, oh, that makes me so mad.
Probably.
Anyways, just
episode 39, room temp toesies. They were room temp because the dogs were out. I assumed dogs were out again. 3 kidney bitch, which I think is when you wanted... It was where you were going to give me one of your kidneys, even though I still have 2.
Yeah, because I think you were like, well, I was like, yeah, I'd give you a fucking kidney. You were like, so I can have 3? And I was like, no, if you needed one.
And then the one we went with, which is just peppers are peppers. What the fuck? Are peppers
what
are
does
peppers?
That mean?
I don't know. We chose
fucking
it.
39.
Episode 39.
Well, I talked about tucking, so organ selling, Toesies, heat transfer, self-check. Oh, it was self-checkout. And I think I was like, I think I scanned something as the wrong pepper, but peppers is peppers.
Peppers is peppers. It's also because I scan red peppers as green peppers because they're cheaper. And you went, peppers are peppers.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
peppers
that's a good one.
Are, in fact, peppers.
Okay.
So episode 40, my imaginary.
No.
We're gonna ignore what I just said. So episode 40, you're also a woman. I think that's when they signed the thing that basically declared everyone a woman.
Yeah, I think so.
Ears or pinkies? Was this one of your hypotheticals where you just ask me which thing I want to lose?
It probably was like a cannibalistic question if I had to guess. Ears or pinkies? Yeah.
Lil Mystery Baby.
What? Oh, I wonder if this was this the walking baby? There's a little walking baby that's been patrolling in my neighborhood and I look for him all the time.
What?
Yeah.
No, that is not what this is about. What?
Yeah. If you when we get done, ask Allison about the walking baby. She'll be like, "Oh, walking baby." Literally, I can't drive home without looking for the walking baby. I look for it all the time.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is this like a sign or is it an actual baby?
No, it's a legitimate baby.
Like a living person baby.
Like a living little baby. And he just goes on. He's just walking. He's just walking the neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you know what Little Mystery Baby was?
No, not yet. I haven't looked at the topics.
Okay.
Next we had War Never Changes. I don't know. Probably just said that. And then the title we went with was My Imaginary Friend. I don't know what imaginary friend we're talking about.
Because this was, you said you weren't real because they made that vote. And so then I said, you're my imaginary friend.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you're they're also women. Yours are pinkies. Is this episode 40? Yeah. Q-tips, doctor approved.
Okay, maybe. But then I have the word
to be fair, you
mystery
wrote
game.
What do you mean mystery game?
Episode 40, Q-tips,
Little
doctor
mystery
approved,
baby.
mystery game, Griffin is a baby. So what? What were the two topics I merged together?
You then wrote other topics. Yes, I forgot to take notes at the end. I don't know.
Yeah, this might not have been my greatest episode.
No, you don't think?
Damn, that's really funny.
Tell me about episode 41.
Okay, episode 41. 40 quart pot. This is when I got my pot. So this would have been close to my birthday, and I would have gotten my soup pot.
Hell
my soup
yeah,
pot.
dude. Big pot. Yeah, let's go.
We have Baby Yoda is baby forever. This was us yelling about how Baby Yoda is a
I hate
baby
mascots.
and will never grow up in the Mandalorian series, because that's like, they've already created that he's like 100 years old and he still can't talk. So why do we think that in the next season he's gonna like be able to talk and do shit? So that was my rant.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
you're my side content, which I think was you just either shitting on me or trying to make a joke.
I think I just said that, yeah.
Yeah, I think for the ones that are just your quotes, I really should just like put well, I guess now it'll be you. Quotation marks around them, so we know they're us. I think that'd be helpful.
Maybe. Whatever. Episode 42. We are CNN. Don't know why you wrote that. I know we talked about politics.
I think it was just the news. Yeah,
Cookie intruder.
that's when I had to walk around my house with a knife.
You ever figure out the cookie mystery? Where it
No,
came
but
from?
I came home yesterday and there were 3 giant stones that we have around our fire pit that were then moved to like in the middle of our yard. So I don't know. So no, I haven't figured out the mystery yet. I assume it's the children. And if not, there's just a murderer who's currently slowly taking their time.
Mm-hmm. And then we went for tariff our podcast. So that must have been the first news of tariffs.
Yep, I would assume.
What is that? 42. Politics rant. Pee-pee inspectors. Oh,
This is where you... Yeah.
Anthony is scared at home.
Yep.
Elton John. Yeah.
Nice.
right,
Okay,
next
episode
one.
43. 95% women. Oh, this was our audience, or what you wanted our audience to be was 95% women.
Yeah, I still do. I like to dream.
How expensive is a referee? I think we were talking about bribing people. 3 gallons of soup.
Probably.
I, of course, then used that 40 quart pot for making soup.
Yep, you immediately made soup.
Yep. Salmon legislation, which must have been something about Seattle, I assume.
Oh, definitely. Mhm.
And then they just do things now, which was, I think at that point we already realized they were doing crazy shit. That might have been the week of Gulf of America. Gulf of America. So yeah, I think we were pretty mad at that point about just the random shit.
And hey, I've only gotten madder.
Yeah.
It's not better. Yeah, they just do things now. Episode 44. Will it blend? Sophia definitely turned on the blender again during.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't bribe for us. Must have talked about bribe.
This is my company saying that even though Trump has stopped making it illegal for bribery, we should not bribe the company.
You're right. Mount me. I can only assume you wanted me to fuck you.
I don't know, dude. Who knows?
No, I think we were talking about Final Fantasy 14 because then based off the real title. But after that, I lift heavy things. I must have started going to the gym.
Yep, you're talking about lifting.
And programmers are lazy. That's all that needs to be said. The title we went with was Piss Talk and Piss Chat, which is definitely about Final Fantasy 14.
Oh.
So I assume that's about Final Fantasy mounts.
Yep, the mount me would have been when I wanted the swirly dragon, and I was getting people to help me with that extreme.
Mm-hmm.
That. Nice.
We just had a subject that was just called lazy programmers optimizing games, which you missed. You put a typo in.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you missed an I in optimizing. Optimizing.
Oh, yikes. Well, guess what? I'm changing it now. Bam.
Hey, guess what? That's still in the uploaded episode.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm assuming we're talking about like games being 100 gigs for nothing. I assume there was something about gigabyte space.
No, it must have been. Anyways, hit me with that next one.
45, stop drinking milk. You know,
stop drinking milk, Anthony.
Sometimes you got to yell at me. We've got B tier gods, which
that was you talking about like having pantheons, I think, and wanting like lower tier gods to worship.
Yep. I think as an atheist, I thought that was funny. And then boy mom vibes. This was your rant about boy moms, I think.
Yeah, that's it. It's very self-descriptive.
Yeah. Pretty easy episode.
Easy as. What's that? Had to yawn. I'm very tired and bored, obviously. For 46, fuck civil engineers. I think that's from you.
Might just put that for my thoughts.
Yeah. Jerry Fraser. That's just wrote a man's name.
It's just yeah.
Wait, is Fraser's first name Jerry, or was this talking about my Jerry Seinfeld Fraser confusion?
I think it was. I think it was talking about your confusion with Jerry Seinfeld and whoever Fraser is.
John Fraser. I don't know, dude. Squad Lobby Environment Link. We were complaining about Monster Hunter.
Yep.
Sanctioned Slaughter. I'm not sure what that's about.
That is us just talking about Monster Hunter and the fact that we are sanctioned by the guild to just kill everything.
And then Medium with Extra Steps. Was that about cooking?
I don't know. I don't know at all.
We talked about tariffs and politics a lot, and then Monster Hunter and Survivor.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
On that one.
Whatever. Hit me with the next one, baby boy.
We've got episode 47 is banning mice and shrimp. This was your talk. This was politics talk.
Yeah, it's shrimp treadmills.
Yep.
Transgenic mice.
Yep. Tree vandalism.
That was when the top of your tree got fucked up.
Oh fuck yeah, it was.
Your tree got circumcised.
Eggpocalypse. This was when eggs were $12. Still
Fancy.
are. Medieval marketing, which would have. Oh, this is when you wanted all stores to just have a picture.
Oh, the signs.
No words.
Yeah.
Circumcise my main branch.
That's when I said your trees got circumcised.
Yep. This one is. Why is circumcise my main branch a larger font than everything else? Like it's just a different font, whatever. And then puff my balls, which is when you tried the pickleballs.
Oh yeah.
And then we went with high ranking hunters because we were still in our
talked about Monster Hunter.
Yeah, because we're talking about Monster Hunter.
I still haven't beaten that update, Zoshia. I've only tried it twice.
I spent a lot. I might have played it 15 times. I think I beat it twice now. I think I've figured it out.
I have kind of figured it out. I just need to be better.
It's strong.
It keeps getting me with its like one hit kill attacks because I'll think like oh, I can just block this one.
Yep.
And then it'll just keep charging up and it's like, oh, well now I'm fucked. And also I was trying to break it for its big definite kill attack where you have to break the like pillars.
Yep.
I was like trying to hit the pillar and it just nothing would happen. It's like, oh, I have to shoot it with my fucking slinger ammo bullshit.
Yeah.
Hate that. Anyways, episode 48. We now have intro music. No, we don't.
We don't.
I hate Mondays. Okay, Garfield. Sweaty Summers. These, Anthony, I'm going to be real. Those three suck.
Those three were bad. Yeah, I don't know.
Those three were just bad. And then you went with Balatro tips and tricks.
You know what it was? Sorry, I've peaked a little. It was I was talking about how I made a lasagna for my my volunteer thing, and so then I said I hate Mondays as a joke to the lasagna.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you did. Cool.
Yeah, that was it.
Anyways, yeah, that's.
And then Balatro tips and tricks. Yeah. What the fuck? These are new. I should probably know what these are. Episode 49, Green Tit and Ham.
Yeah, what's that about, bud?
It's probably something you said. It sounds like something you said. This is
that's the games list.
This is because what?
This is the top 10 games list.
No, I know, but this was also because you painted yourself with dye in the shower.
Oh, yeah.
And so
I dyed my hair green and I was like, yo, my tit was fucking green.
Yeah. So I went with a Green Eggs and Ham reference for some reason. Skyrim Game of the Year.
You just were writing these.
Huh?
You were just writing these titles. We just did a top 10 game list and you were just making fucking titles.
Yeah. Double Dash These Nuts, which was good. Sky Rim Job, I thought was pretty funny. Monster Hunter, which I thought was pretty.
That's when we were talking about the lore of like real Watchmen, like who hunts the hunters.
Yep. And then we're done with this friendship, which I thought was pretty funny.
You forgot there's 2 more titles. Bozo.
Oh my god, is there? Jesus Christ.
You wrote a lot. Moron.
Leighton, more like Lamaton. I don't know.
That sucks, dude.
That one sucks. And
that
then
one's bad.
Robohog, which is when you wanted a Robohog You wanted a robo penis in
in Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
And then the title we went with was "We're Done with This Friendship."
Yep, which I think was the better of my. I think between that and Double Dash These Nuts, I don't know. I might have gone with both of them. I could have.
Double Dash These Nuts is interesting. Anyways, so we had "Don't Text Me, Bro." I think somebody was getting spam text.
Well, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I was mad about the Supreme Court race.
Maybe. Oh, yeah. Poo-poo on the shoulder. That's when you had the dirt and it was dripping down your back.
Yep.
Is this Kid Rock? Your hot new bit where you send me a photo and ask me if it's Kid Rock, and then I say yes or no.
Yep.
Navy versus Dorothy. That's when I talked about Friends of Dorothy by the Wiggles.
Yep.
And the origins of the phrase. Very historical, very accurate. Ben My Stiller. I talked about Severance and how everybody was shocked that Ben Stiller was like the executive producer. And then you just wrote that, or the director.
Yep.
Whatever. We went with Nintendo nipples when we talked about Nintendo characters having nipples.
Yeah.
Specifically Eggman, but that's Sega. But
yeah, specifically Eggman, but also who's the guy in Mario Party? Because that's really what started it. Is the guy that I play in Mario Party, Ninja has nipples. So
for sure, dude.
Episode 51, Hades, really, dude? That one cracked me up. I laughed.
I just yelled that at you at the beginning. Right as we started.
And then I have Don't Switch My Tariff. This was
Nintendo Switch tariffs.
Which it's not tariffed, but maybe the accessories are going to be more expensive.
Kind of already is tariffed.
Yeah,
built into the price. Who knows?
Yep. And then Who Puts the Nails in the Road, which was when I was talking about my flat tire.
Yeah. And then episode 52, We Are IGN. That's when I was using IGN to talk about the, I just listened to this today, to talk about the Baldur's Gate 3 subclasses, talk about pickleballs. That's because you finally tried pickleballs. Hey, did you get Allison to try the pickleballs yet?
Yeah, she kind of liked him, which...
Cool.
She did that thing where she goes, oh, I like these, but it's clearly making the face of something that's like way too sour.
Yeah.
But she liked it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hell yeah, dude. And then the title we went with was We Make a PowerPoint, because we made that PowerPoint about why I deserve a $10 raise, which I did show to my boss.
Did you
by
really?
the way. Yeah. I showed it to my boss, and he was like, okay, can you remove that one slide and then send it to me?
The one where you're their
my
bitch?
coworker's bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, this has her hands all over it. And I was like, funny. Yeah, I wonder why. Is it the Barbie font that was specifically requested? Yeah, he was like, can you send it to me? And then he comes back and he's like, so I'm going to need clarification on like the slide about a promotion. I showed the slide to my boss. So he showed the stupid fucking PowerPoint to his boss. So we've made it to the executive world, my guy.
Well, nice.
This is a Moneymakers podcast. We're on that grind now.
Nice. Well, good luck with, either being let go or given a raise. So
I will report back. I've got to elaborate. I still need to elaborate on what the fucking promotion would be, which we were supposed to talk about today, but things got wacky. So, but you know what? Better than me having to talk to him about it when he's in a bad mood.
True. Very true.
Luckily I did the presentation when he was in a good mood. We still need to, we finished the titles.
Yep.
Which we did a lot fast last.
You say that, but I think we put topics in as well.
We put some topics, but I still think we hit an hour, no problem. So I guess let's talk about a few things. Let me pull back up my list. Actually, the same coworker whose bitch I am.
Yep.
So my birthday's coming up. I'm a birthday boy.
Oh my God.
Right. So I'm next weekend. I'm going out to dinner with my parents.
Okay.
And I'm bringing my partner and Sophia. Yep. Right.
Nice.
And I'm at my desk when I get text about it, deciding where to go and stuff. And I I turned to that coworker and I'm like, going out to dinner with my parents for on that Sunday after my birthday. You want to come? Knowing that they say no to everything. One, they say no to everything. Two, they're not going to want to come to dinner with my parents. They're like, fuck no. I'm like, cool. Half an hour later, they're like, actually, wait, I do want to come to dinner with you and your parents. I want to know why. I want to know why you are what you are.
Valid.
And I'm like, that's insane. Okay, sure. So anyways, they're coming, and then they're coming because they're taking Monday off. So they're like, yeah, I can go crazy, whatever. And then we'll probably go to we're going to go to a restaurant in downtown. So we'll probably stop by a bar afterwards, minus the rents, party shenanigans. I have work the day after, so I'm fucked, but whatever. I'm DD for a reason, I guess.
Well, nice. Hopefully that goes well.
That'll be funny. I gotta tell my parents that I'm dating my partner. I started dating my partner a week after I made fun of my mom for asking me if I'm dating my friends all the time.
I think that's fucked up. I think that's not in a super bad way, but I think that's the most gaslighting you could ever do.
Well, I didn't ask my partner out.
It's true. Do you think you're going to lie to your mom and say exactly when it happened, or do you think you're going to be kind of vague?
Are you going to be say when it happens.
Hey, do you remember when we had that conversation? And then when she goes, yes, you go, cool. It was 6 days after that.
It wasn't that close.
Okay.
I think I was a little turd around Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And then we started dating December 29th.
Oh, well, that's fine then.
But I think I'm going to lie by omission. I'm just not going to mention it.
That's very funny. Probably smart. I would do the same thing.
Yeah. So I have to go into that dinner and I'll be like, so Sophia, my platonic wife. This is Sabrina, my partner, or my romantic partner, and this is my coworker / my antagonistic life force. So real spectrum of people showing up to this.
Yeah, you're really loading up this dinner. But I think it'll be fun. It sounds very fun.
It's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. I have no worries about that. And it'll be good. We'll probably go to a good place, and my parents will pay for it. Nice.
Very nice.
But it's gonna be eventful, at the least. Weird.
What?
Anyways,
What? What's the anyway?
Anyways, I'm gonna get a boating license.
Okay, nice.
Because I want to go out on a boat this summer, and so do a bunch of my friends. But I was like, yeah, I could probably just let my parents will probably want to rent another boat, and then they'll cover everything, and that'll be fun and nice and easy. And then Sophia was like, yeah, but I want to go on a boat without any parents because I want to get my tits out. I was like, well, guess I gotta get a license. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
So you're gonna take the class and stuff?
I can get a boat license. Might as well be worth it. Yeah, it's like an online class. It's probably not that long or hard. I've driven a boat before.
Yeah.
I just haven't been licensed.
Yeah.
Just don't tell the cop.
To me, driving the boat isn't hard. It's docking the boat that I find to be the most difficult. So,
it's just like a car, but wet.
I mean, yeah, for the most part. What are you where would you take the boat to a lake or?
We'd have to rent a boat, and it would, it's Washington. We're in Seattle. There's a bunch of lakes. There's Lake Washington. There's Lake Union. We could go back to our hometown and go Lake Sammamish.
Okay.
There's a ton of options.
I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know lakes. I mean, I know you guys have a lot of lakes, but I didn't know where you. Nothing.
Huh?
I'm looking at your city now to try and learn more about how this works.
Right in the fucking middle.
There is a giant one in the middle.
Plus, then if we go to Sophia's grandparents' cabin again, I could just drive a boat with us all on it.
That'd be super fun. Well, nice. Hopefully that goes. I'm now looking up where everything is. It's you guys do kind of have a weird system going on, but
yeah, and you can just travel between those lakes, Lake Union and
I will say that it looks like something that's the rest of Washington doesn't have that many lakes.
No, but we're on the peninsula, so
yeah,
technically close enough is Green Lake, but you don't typically do a lot on there. Then there's Lake Union down. I don't know. Lake Washington is the big one to the right of Seattle.
Okay, I'm looking to see if there's a funny lake I can bring up, but you
Lake
guys got
Union
normal.
is the thing by the Space Needle, kind of.
Okay.
That's not out deep into the ocean. It's just it's technically part of a waterway that feeds into Lake Washington.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, nice.
it's
That should
fun.
be
Lake
fun.
Union, you can just go around and like putter around and look at all the houseboats.
That's super cool.
Yeah, but Lake Washington's a big old fucker.
It does look massive. I'm trying to figure out, like, is there a way I can compare?
Yeah, it's so big that Mercer Island is kind of like a city inside of the lake.
Wow. I don't know how to. So, like, let's look and see. It is. So, the lake that I grew up on is like 7 kilometers
That's
long.
not large for a lake.
Yeah.
I mean, it's long, but like, I don't know.
I'm looking to see if I can do some quick, but it's long, right? I mean, yours is Lake Washington's like fucking massive.
Lake Washington is massive, yeah.
Try to see if I can figure it out quickly.
And then Lake Sammamish is to the right of Lake Washington.
Freaking Sammamish. Looking.
There's like Sammamish is where I grew up, so I know like Beaver Lake and Pine Lake. Those are like relatively small ones.
Damn. So Lake Washington is 22 miles long. Damn.
Hey, that's a lot of kilometers.
That's a lot of kilometers. How many? I don't fucking know. I don't know how to convert.
Oh my god! Literally just Google
Well, I know, I don't
22
really care about the
mile to
kilometers. That's
km.
fine.
That's 35.5 kilometers. 35.4 kilometers.
Damn.
I rounded weird.
Very cool.
So 5 times as long as your piddly little bitch lake.
I mean, I am being kind and leaving out Lake Michigan because I feel like that's kind of
Fuck
cheating.
off. The Great Lakes. Yeah.
Kind of cheating, but yeah. With this,
Yeah, the Great Lakes, the things that are basically oceans in and of themselves.
yeah, you know, that. And also they're like all fucking connected, so
So what's okay, in that case, fucking Lake Washington's connected to the Atlantic Ocean.
true. Oh, that's bad. That's valid.
Sorry, wait, hold on. The Pacific Ocean. I don't want to talk about it. Which is connected to the Atlantic Ocean.
First, so I can see how many miles. So Lake Michigan is 345 miles long.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking
That's
crazy.
a pretty big lake, dude.
Yeah, I mean it's technically longer than my state, so
That's literally just like an ocean.
it's really just an ocean.
It's a sea. The fact that we call them lakes is insane.
That is actually that's a very good point.
I'm pretty sure like the Black Sea is smaller.
I think so.
I imagine it's because it has fresh water versus salt water.
Yeah, I assume that's probably the rule.
Yeah.
With this,
Anyways, want to go out on a boat?
Should we call it here so you guys can start your new mystery game, which I no longer remember the name of?
I got a Blueprints.
Blueprint.
That's Blue Prince.
Oh.
The homonym, the homophone is intentional. But yes, I have the boater exam here.
That's cool.
It's ready. It says sign up takes 2 to 3 minutes. Study and pass the online course takes 3 to 4 hours. It'll take me 2. Print your temporary card immediately, 1 to 5 minutes. Go boating.
Go boating.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well just. It sounds like within, half a day, you should be able to fucking knock it out.
Oh, easy. I think just like one of these weekends, I'll just do it. Get it before the summer officially starts. Go get our tits out on a boat. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening. Let me pull up my ending notes.
It's episode,
to this
43.
episode of We Titled It.
We titled it.
Hell yeah. You can email us at tbtlpod@gmail.com, and our Instagram is @tbtlpod. I'm Griffin. This is Anthony. Tell your friends. We've done this for a year. Over.
A little over.
I don't want to edit again.
If you're gonna have to edit. If you're in Ukraine, hello.
Hi.
Sorry. The whole.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Good luck.
Yeah. If you're the Pope, R.I.P.
Get fucked, bozo.
Sorry, Pope.
Sorry, Pope should have met with JD Vance,
Yeah,
idiot.
really shouldn't have. So, and with that, let's clap sync so we don't forget.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.